Yay! Greetings! Eyenie here, aka Technicolor Priestess, aka your resident iconic image consultant and energy editor. Hello! Nice to see you here. Okay, so happy Saturday. Today I wanted to talk about something really freaking fun, and this is actually what I end up doing a lot of with my clients, with my one-on-one clients. So I wanted to give you a little taster here today because one of my group, in a group call the other day with one of my groups, this question came up and it was really fun to answer. So I want to give you some little tastes of this, okay? So the elements that I talk about, right? Your iconic essence. So we all have two elements that we lead with from air, water, fire, earth, and space, okay? We each lead with two of those. And I mainly talk about how to use those with your personal style, how you dress and show up, right? So, so air is very bubbly and playful and effervescent. That's the other word I use for it, right? It's air/effervescent. Then we have water, which is, the other word I use for it is fluid, right? So even how it moves, it's very sensitive. It loves things that are comfortable and soothing, right? It's that very feminine, that soft feminine energy. That's water. Then we have earth. When you think of earth, right? The other word I use for earth is grounded. Earth is reliable, it is stable, you can depend on it. And so it's timeless, it's classic when it comes to your style, right? And then we have, what else do we have? Fire, which is ignited, right? That's the other word I use for fire. It's ignited, right? It burns shit down and starts things up again, right? It is edgy. It is always pushing for that furthest edge and wanting to change shit up. It's really about change, right? Burning shit down and having new stuff come up. And then we have space, and the other word I use for space is vast. Hi, Michelle. So space is, if you think of outer space, right, it is otherworldly. It is things that we earthlings have not seen before, right? So it's innovation, it's unconventional, it's avant-garde. So that goes for clothing, right? It can be androgynous and a little bit unnerving and a little bit weird and strange, right? Unusual. So all of this applies beautifully to how we dress. And what I love about it is that with my clients, first when you discover your elements and you start dressing them, it like sparks not only like this inner knowing, right? So it's like the first foray into your real self, right? And getting to know yourself in a way you've never done before. Because so when you're learning, okay, for example, I'm air and space, right? So when you're discovering your air and space and discovering the traits and the characteristics, and then you go to take those to your closet, right? So like air is bubbly and fun and it can be colorful and quirky, right? And then you start dressing that, right? And then space is a little bit minimalistic, a little bit weird, a little bit unusual, avant-garde. And then you start dressing that. That activates those frequencies within you, okay? And it doesn't just go for your style, because this is not just like anything, right? It is not just about how you're dressing. This is about who you're being, right? Because if your essence is, in my case, air and space, then that essence, how amazing if it is in everything that I touch, in everything that I put out, in everything that I do, right? From my actual business and how it's set up, to what I teach my clients and the transformation I bring them, to how I dress to show up on live videos for you, right? It gets to touch everything, from also what kind of clients you're bringing in, what it is that you're actually offering them, what it is about you that makes you really fucking magnetic depending on your element, right? So one thing I see that I always go on and on about, oh lordy, is how maybe you train with a certain mentor, and that mentor happens to be perhaps earth, right? Which is very grounded and very tried and true and is totally into systems and structures and things work this way, right? It's proven, let's do it. The data is there, so let's just do it that way. But if that is not your essence, right, and you try to do it exactly like your mentor, it's not going to have the same impact as it did for your mentor, right? Or someone else perhaps who is an earth like your mentor. Same with fire. If you have a mentor, or you're learning from someone, or you're inspired by someone who's like totally like kick-ass, pushing the boundaries, like super frank as fuck, like really, because fire's the most extroverted, right? Just like fucking in your face, right? But you're not like that. That's not really your true nature, but you start trying to emulate that, and you start trying to write like that, and you start trying to dress like that, and you start trying to name your programs like that. You see how that shit doesn't jive. It doesn't jive because this shit, it's all energy. So the best thing to do is just tap into your own essence, tap into your own frequency. Hi, lovely. Okay. Oh, you're water and space. Yes. So, I see this so much, right? Instead of deferring to yourself and understanding the fuck out of yourself and how you are meant to do things in a fuck yeah way, it's really easy to just try to copy paste the way someone else does it, right? So I want to share with you fun, or whatever, easy ways that you can start infusing your marketing and how you show up with your elements so that is really actually aligned. So it doesn't feel like you're trying to be some faded copy of someone or some little, I don't know, just the little baby version of that because it's always clumsy. It's always awkward. You can feel it and you can taste it when that happens. Am I right? And it never works. You're right, Leanna, right? That shit never works. What does work, however, is being fucking unapologetically you, full throttle. That's what actually works. And I know it for certain because I see it with myself and I see it with my clients every fucking day, right? This magical shit happens when you are yourself. So, and I want you to because I know we have blinders on, right? Oh, hi, Diana. We think that we have to just do business this way, or a program is just structured this way, right? So I'm going to do it this way. I'll put this in there and then it ticks all the boxes. No, right? If that doesn't correspond to your energy, so I want you to sort of unlearn everything about how you think you're supposed to do shit and then start approaching everything, your offers, even your pricing, how you launch and market from the viewpoint of your fucking elements. I guarantee it will change everything. Everything, right? I have one client right now just this week. She's celebrating. I'm so fucking excited for her because just being her space fire self, she has crossed the $1 million threshold this year, which is fucking spectacular by doing it her way and being super fucking fiery and in your face and just owning it and fierce, and also super spacey and innovative and following those weird sort of intuitive hits that maybe don't make logical sense to someone else. This is how you break through. This is how this gets to be fun and effortless. Who's with me? Come on. I get so excited and then I get all worked up. Give me a moment. Okay, so I'm going to start with air. So the thing that is most important to air, right? So air is effervescent. So if you imagine when you open the most delicious carbonated beverage, what's really popular in the United States, is it La Croix? Right? La Croix, that's what's famous right now, right? So you're opening your delicious La Croix beverage and it goes psss, right? And it just bubbles and fizzes and just dances and maybe some of it lands on your face and it's kind of fun, right? It's exciting, psh, right? Or a bottle of champagne, right? The bubbly. So there's this dancing, light effervescent quality to it, right? Which means it's playful. It is fun. And think of air, even when you're outside, sometimes you're oh, I did my hair today, it looks amazing. And then a gust of wind comes and you're oh shit. Because air is super spontaneous. It's unpredictable. Okay? So if you are someone who is air and you're trying to be all earth, right? Tried and true, marketing this way, just totally repeating this way, giving them what the offer's about. Your people who are actually going to connect with you, what they fucking want is the fun and the spontaneity and the unexpectedness and the bubbly that you bring. That's what they want. That's actually what they want. And that is what will make them give you their money. Okay? As a fellow air here, I can guarantee the more fun I have, the more ridiculous I am. I mean, look at this shit. I get to just do this and people are I need your help. And I'm for real? Okay, let's do it. And it works, right? Because I just get to be me and then I get to help them be them. So if you're air and your programs feel sort of stale, your pricing feels stale, the way you're showing up online feels very cut and dry, right? If you think of your feed, when you're going, if you scroll through your feed and you look at your Instagram or your social media, right, your Facebook, if it looks boring and stale and maybe monochromatic, and too professional and uptight, or maybe you're just reposting a bunch of videos from other people, no one gets to see your fun. Fucking show us your fun. Show us your irreverence. Show us the confetti, right? Show us the excitement, because your excitement will be contagious to your people if you are air. Guaranteed. So get really fucking excited, show up as excited, speak as excited, right? And then change things up, be unexpected. Maybe you do some weird bonus, or there's a weird feature to your program, right? Or maybe one piece of it's going to be delivered in this really unique way. Just be fun and have fun with it. Okay? That's what's going to make you magnetic as air. Okay? How do you do that with water? I will get there. Oyasumi, I will get there, darling. Yay! Hi, thanks for the emojis. I love an emoji, so bring them. Okay, so next we have fire. So fire, if you think of fire, right? Like it brings everyone together. It creates community, right? Like when there's a like bonfire, everyone goes to the bonfire. There's a campfire, everyone gathers around the campfire to warm, and that's where everyone tells stories and drinks a libation and has a freaking fun time, right? It's mysterious, it's yummy, it brings people together. And also fire, if you think of it, think of the phoenix, right? It burns shit down and then allows for something new to emerge, okay? So what you can be doing in your marketing, what your people want from you because of your fire quality, they fucking want the transformation. Tell them about the transformation that they will get by you burning a fire under their ass. How you can see what needs to be burnt down so that they can actually start to rise from the ashes. That transformation and talking about it, and again, being it, talking about it, putting it into your programs, that fiery, that like passion, right? Be fucking passionate about the transformation, right? Ignited about the transformation. When you are passionate about the transformation and when you can paint that picture and show them the shit that needs to be burnt down, that will make you magnetic to your people. I guarantee it. So your programs must be like sort of this, they have to feel like, yeah, we have to give us the passion. We want to feel that passion because that passion is what's going to create that transformation. So talk a lot about the transformation. Talk a lot about how passionate you are about it. Talk a lot about your clients' experiences when they're with you and how they get that just being in your presence creates that change. Okay? Can I get an amen here? Okay, give me a moment. Okay, so next we have space. And for anyone who hasn't taken my quiz, I will put it in the links. If you're like, what the fuck is she talking about? I will put the link in the comments so that you can take the quiz. And you take it 2 times because we lead with 2 elements, okay? So you will combine what I'm saying here today for your 2 elements, okay? So next we have water. So water is all about witnessing people, right? About sensitivity, about allowing people to express their feelings. Waters are amazing at seeing others and making them feel like comfortable and secure and like sort of loved and held when they're at their most vulnerable. So if you are someone who is water, right? What you want to do is, well, there are 2 parts to this. So there's that sensitivity and you holding people. So you really demonstrating that you're amazing at holding space for people, that you're able to see them, that you understand maybe the pain they're experiencing or some situation of transition that they're experiencing, right? You talking about that and showing that you understand exactly how they are feeling is going to make you magnetic to people who are meant to work with you, okay? And the second piece to water is a conduit. Right? So water helps people also to awaken their psychic and spiritual gifts. Okay? So if you are water, then you can also say, and you're into witchy shit, magical woo shit, you can also talk about that. Like this will enhance or awaken your spiritual gifts. This will connect you to your knowing, right? All the magical stuff. That is something you're going to want to talk about a lot as well, right? So allowing your people to feel heard, like safe and seen is going to be one of your ways to market. And even in your photos, in your groups, right? The titles of your groups, the titles of your programs, you really want to bring that. Okay, there you go. Oyasumi. I keep getting it backward. Well done. That's your job, right? So keep doing that. Keep nurturing. Yes, there we go. That's the word. You want to nurture. Nurture, 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 and let people know that with you there's going to, even in the raw yuckiness of it all, even in the messiness, you're going to be there to really witness them and help them with that and tune into their gifts. Okay? Diana, you're asking, does our astrological element play into this as well? Sometimes yes and sometimes no. It's not an exact science. What I am finding though is that at least one of your elements typically correlates to one of like your rising. So not your main zodiac sign. What is it? The sun, the moon, and the rising, right? So is that right? So it doesn't typically resonate with your birth sign. Not always. It can. Mine happens. So air, I'm Aquarius. So mine does happen too. But some of the weird, Aquarius traits are also kind of spacey, So it's not an exact science is what I'm saying. So do not think that because you're a certain sign, if you're Cancer, for example, that you have to be water, right? Not true. Just go into the quiz with an open mind and embrace it and explore, okay? So there we go for water. And then we have earth. So earth, like I said earlier, is very grounded. It's very reliable, right? It's about systems, it's about structures, it's about the shit that has been fact-checked, right? It could be sometimes more scientific, right? More logic-based. So with earth, your people, they're going to want to know that you are credible. So talk about facts, talk about research, talk about data, talk about, give case studies, right? Your people are going to be like, shit, that happened to that person, and the earth person broke it down. Okay, they're not talking like that exactly, you know what I'm saying, right? But they're going to say, well, they broke it down this way. And so the way you're going to break it down as an earth and explain it in this beautiful structured way that is really connecting the dots is going to be the way for you to market, right? Being the one who is credible as fuck, being the one that people know they can rely on as the expert to deliver or support them or whatever as they need it, okay? So earth, don't be afraid to get nerdy. Don't be afraid to talk about a sexy system or structure that you've created, right? Or to share about platforms you love or whatever, right? Maybe sharing the nuts and bolts stuff is going to be really yummy to earth. And I guarantee if your people, if you're talking to your people, they're going to be salivating over it. They're going to be like, oh my God, tell me about that funnel again, because I need to know, right? It's going to be like porn to them, the fact that you are so structured and so stable and so steady and so fucking reliable. They're going to just find that delicious. So don't be afraid to do that. Show up as that expert. Show up as that freaking like person that you can rely on who knows her or his shit or their shit, right? Be that person too, and create programs that really hold and structure, that have very clear structures that are going to hold your people and help them go from point A to point B in a very logical way. Does that make sense? Okay. You're an Aquarius rising with a Cancer moon. Okay. Oh, Yasumi. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. And you'll have to look up your rising because your main element is fire. Yeah. Yeah, look it up. And it's interesting. And sometimes I have had clients come back and be like, oh, this matches this. And sometimes it just doesn't, because this is your essence. And I don't believe that every life, okay, this is kind of maybe too out there or whatever. I don't care. There's no such thing as too out there. Maybe every single lifetime you haven't been born into the same astrological sign, right? But your essence is coming back as these two elements, essentially. Right? Depending on your beliefs, but that's just my point of view. So that's sort of how I see it. Okay? And then finally we have space. Now space, like I said, space is vast. So if you think of outer space, it's like mysterious and weird and confusing and super like mesmerizing, right? Because we don't know everything that's out there. So if you're someone who's space, chances are you have received or created whatever concepts that are totally new to your industry. That you have these new ways of doing things that could rock the boat because you are an innovator. So space is really the visionary energy where they're bringing in totally new ways of doing things and disrupting, but in a different way than fire disrupts, okay? So space is bringing in these new ideas and new paradigms that have not come to Earth before, okay? Even if it's taking something that's already tried and true and transforming it and creating something new, this is one of the space gifts. So you are going to want to appeal you're going to want to speak to doing things a new way, to ushering in new ways of doing things, new visions, new points of view, right? New definitions. What's the new definition and the new way of doing business, right? What's the new way of being a woman or a man? What's the new? So for me, I'm space. So for me, I'm like, I love to undo, like smack it up, flip it, like totally flip all the previously sort of established rules and ways of doing things with fashion, right? And with how you show up and all these things. I've wanted to just flip that and do it a totally different way. That the way that it has been done until now, traditional styling, has never resonated with me. I've always felt like it was something deeper, right? So I combine energy work and mindset work and different weird shit with style. And that works for me. I use it as a way to help people get a deeper transformation that they can carry over into other areas of their life, right? So if you're someone who is space, you are doing this. So I want you to, don't be scared to talk about the weird thing or the odd thing or to even be a weirdo when you show up, right? Own it. Own the fuck out of it. Just be who you are. And I guarantee the people who are also hungry and just really yearning for a new way, for innovation, for something beyond, convention, they're going to be just drawn to you like a beautiful butterfly or a moth or some other amazing, glorious insect that you love, to a flame, right? A purple, I see this purple like neon, a magical flame. So just be the weirdo. Be the innovator. Talk about shit that is going to be polarizing, that some people are not going to understand. They're going to be like, what are you even talking about? I don't even get it. That's okay. They're not your people, right? But you speaking to that, the people who listen are really going to listen, because they're really going to love these new concepts. So don't be afraid to get all concept-y, all conceptual. It's already a word. All conceptual, and really share that and invite them to doing things a new way. That's the invitation, right? So if you're space, you're inviting them to a new way. Okay? Is this making sense? There is, and sometimes it's a bit controversial. Oh, space makes sense to me because I'm very out there and sometimes a bit controversial. Yes. Space, like doing things a new way. The visionary is always controversial, right? So you have to just buck up and be like, this is my mission. This is my energetic makeup. This is my essence. So I'm just going to fucking go for it. Just own it. And I guarantee that it will be fruitful. When you stop resisting yourself, when you stop trying to edit and censor yourself, and you start embracing how you're actually created, like who you actually be, it changes everything. Okay? So those are the tips, right? So if you're air, you're gonna deliver and promise and attract with excitement and fun. If you're fire, you're gonna bring transformation and passion. If you're water, it's about the witnessing and allowing a safe space for sharing feelings and for developing new, psychic gifts, spiritual gifts. For earth, you're really helping them, you're really going to speak to and appeal to creating systems and structures and helping people feel really held, right, through that system. And then for space, you're going to talk about the vision, the new way, new paradigms, new ways of doing things, and help people who, maybe have tried 27 different things to, lose weight, to make money, to train their dog, whatever. Your innovative way to be a human, your innovative way is going to speak to them because they're hungry for something new, for that newness. Okay? So, double dog dare you to give me another emoji. Yay! So this is the stuff that I go deep with my clients in my 4-month container, Iconic Identity. It starts with the style, right? Because it's a metaphor for everything else. We really get that going. And then we allow them to expand and deepen and amplify into themselves through the elements, through understanding them. And it comes in waves and stages, right? But the more you understand yourself, the more you can start putting yourself in every single thing that you touch. Right? And that's really what this 4-month experience is about. And right now I have 2 spots open actually. And I would love to bring some excitement and fun, as well as some mind-blowing innovation and new paradigms to amazing humans who are ready for this magic, who are ready for this transformation, who are ready to just be fucking dazzled by how amazing they are by just tapping into their essence. So 2 spots left. If one of these is yours, send me a private message and I will give you all the magical deets. And what better way to end this year, to wrap it up, than getting to know yourself and preparing to enter, a new year, a new energy as fucking you, as iconic you. It makes me so giddy. Okay, so I am off like a prom dress. Wishing you all a happy Saturday, and thank you for watching. Again, if you want to hit me with an emoji, I won't be mad about it. I'm gonna just sit here and see if anyone sends me an emoji first. And if you haven't joined my group, Dress Your Way to 6 Figures and Beyond, I am cordially inviting you to do that as well. Yay! Thanks for the hearts. Okay, you delivered, and I appreciate that. Yay! Thank you. Mwah. Glitter and sparkles and all of it. Bye.